7 red flags you should not ignore in a man. Hi guys, how you guys all doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Blessing and I am a YouTuber based in Minna, Niger State. And whenever I come to the camera, I'm always happy to be here with you guys. If it's your first time seeing my face, please consider clicking on the subscribe button and also like this video by giving it a thumbs up if you eventually like it. And I would like us to make it an interactive section. If there's anything I leave out in the course of this video, put it in the comment section. Let me also learn. And if there is one red flag you can never ignore in a man among things I've mentioned, also tell me down in the comment section. I also want to let you guys know that nobody is perfect. So in case the person you're with currently has one or two of these red flags and you can overlook it or try to look for a way to amend it before getting into marriage or before making it like a long-term, forever term relationship, then fine. But if your partner or the person you're with has a lot of these red flags, it is still left to you to make your decision to either leave him or try to make it better. But one thing you should never think is that those things will get better when you get into marriage. As a matter of fact, it will eventually get worse. So the first red flag I'll tell you not to ignore in a man is the way he manages his anger. Everybody gets angry. Everybody have different ways of pouring out their anger or expressing their anger, but there are some ways, really extreme ways, that are not necessary. There are ways that can really get physical. There are some people who go ahead to start breaking televisions and start breaking your home screen and start breaking everything. There are also some men who actually just leave you. They don't talk to you for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, or even more than. Then after he's cooled off his anger, he's going to get back. That is totally a red flag. There was this person I was with, I think as of when I was 15 or 14. I wasn't with him, we weren't even dating, because he wanted me to get to the age 18 before we make it official. So when I and this guy talks, he's older than me with 8 years. When I and this guy talks, he tells me how he manages his anger. And how does he do this? He literally just punches the wall.
Are you playing? What type of playing is this? This is playing?
Most times he said he punches the wall until his hands start to bleed. And I'm like, okay, that's not bad, as long as you're not meting it, putting it out on the woman, your anger on the woman.
God have mercy upon us.
But growing up and seeing what it's supposed to be and just being mature, I feel that is really unnecessary and really dangerous. For me to be with that kind of person, it means that at the end of the day, there must be something that will make him use that wall he's punching. There will be something that will make him eventually punch me. I will become the wall eventually. So I find it really okay back then. But growing up and just meeting people and just being mature and just learning a lot of things, I found out that was really not necessary. So you have to find out how your partner manages his anger. Does he manage it by breaking things? Because I also know of a lady who, whenever she's angry, what she does in her parents' house is just break things, throw away their television, break their tables, and all of that. So how do they manage their anger? Does he leave you hanging? He just disses you for a whole month? Does he break TVs? Does she break your windscreen, the windscreen of your car? I mean, right now I'm talking about things that are the red flags in men, because I'm a lady, so I don't know what men will say are red flags in women. But just know it, if your partner gets too extreme when he gets really angry, it is going to be bad. And don't think that it's going to get better in marriage. It's not going to get better in marriage. It is only going to get even worse. And at the end of the day, you might end up turning a punching bag, or he might end up messing with you emotionally if he's the type that just disses you if he's angry for a month plus, and all of that. So yeah, that is definitely a red flag in a relationship or in a man. The number 2 red flag you should not ignore is if that guy starts to ask you for respect or submission in every little thing you do. Men love respect. Men love a woman who submits to them. But at the same time, they have to know that respect and submission is earned. I saw this post on a WhatsApp status. I'm going to put it up now. A respect and submission should not be forced. It should be earned. And if you start running into the tune of this guy and you're always submitting to him because not because he deserves it or because he's right about what he's saying, but because you just want everything to be okay in the relationship, trust me, he is going to keep on testing that capacity for you to respect him. He's going to keep on testing the fact that he is the head of the family. He's going to keep on testing the fact that he's Lord over you, and he should continue being Lord over you. He's always going to want to know, is that respect still there? Is that submission still there? And how long do you want to carry on with that? I mean, he feels that whenever he asks you for it, you should give it to him. Then it's definitely a red flag for a man. So it starts with relationship. Once you see that a guy is always asking for respect, he wants you to do everything that he wants you to do, and you're doing them not because you want to do them, but because you want peace to reign in the relationship, because you want him to feel like a man. Respect is what makes him feel like a man. And if somebody is always asking for respect, it's going to come to a time where he doesn't even regard you anymore. He feels that anything he does or anything he brings up to the family, then you have to take it. And that is definitely a red flag. Number 3 red flag not to ignore is the way he interacts with people around, and also the way he interacts with his family, because it is obviously and eventually going to turn on to you. If somebody is in love with you for this time and the person is like arrogant and rude and all of that, probably he won't be showing you that part of him because he is in love with you. He's trying to do everything to please you, which is the fact. I mean, when we love somebody, we try to do everything to please that person until we finally get that person to become part and parcel of us forever. So you have to check around how he interacts with his family. Does he talk to them in a way that is really mannerless? Does he talk to people around him in a rude way? That definitely should be a red flag, because eventually when you come into it, not just you but your children will also be suffering from that, because he wouldn't have the manners to talk to you, he wouldn't have the manners to talk to your children, and not even your family members. He is definitely going to treat your family members the way he treats his own family members. He's definitely going to treat you and your children the way he treats his own family. Another red flag you shouldn't ignore in a man is when he is the monitoring spirit. What do I mean by this? Somebody who monitors your every move. When you want to go somewhere, he demands that you tell him where you want to go. He demands that you tell him what you're going to be doing. He demands that you tell him who you're going to be with. He demands a lot of things that doesn't even make sense. This person might not do this in a harsh way, but he might do this in a subtle way, and you think, oh, he cares and loves, and we all like that person that calls us, okay, how you doing? But you have to read the signs. Is it too much? Is he choking? Is he doing it out of care, or is he doing it out of wanting to know what you are doing at that point in time? Because somebody being a monitoring spirit just stems off from his insecurities and also his distrust in you. So you will not want to go into a relationship or into a long-term relationship, e.g. marriage, that is going to be based on distrust and insecurity issues. It's not going to be interesting at all. And that is definitely, I don't think that we need to overemphasize, that is definitely a red flag. Some ladies misunderstand this thing as caring. There's a difference between caring and over caring. You eat, but overeating is dangerous. You drink, over drinking is dangerous. You do things, but overdoing them is dangerous. And that is where you want to draw the line and know that this is a red flag. Another red flag you should look out for in a man is, for every time you guys have an issue, he looks for a way to pin it on you rather than looking for a way to solve this issue. This is a characteristics of gaslighting. If you don't know what gaslighting is, you can Google it and read up what it is. It is a characteristic of gaslighting. A man and a woman gets to fight. Now, the man will keep on looking for a way to make the woman start feeling that she is the issue. She is the issue every single time they fight. Not just once, not just twice, not just 3 times. Like, for every majority of the time you guys have a fight, you always think it's you, and it is never him. That is somebody gaslighting you, because there's no way two people in a relationship and one person is always the cause of the issue. It's not realistic. You should check the other person that is not always the cause of the problem. He's actually the cause of the problem, and he's making you feel that you are the cause of the problem, and that is really unacceptable. A real man stands up, not playing the blame game, and he is going to find a solution to that problem, and that is what a husband material is. So if a man, you're in a relationship with a man, and every time you have issues and he's always looking for a way to pin the cause of that issue on you, then it is totally a red flag that you shouldn't ignore. Another red flag I want to talk about is he only talks about his plans and doesn't talk about your own plan. I know if he's talking about his plan, you might too, you'll be talking about your own plan, but you have to know the line between being selfish, just thinking about yourself, everything about yourself. There are some men who just want to see a lady, meet a lady, get married to the lady, let the lady start having kids for him, and he will be the only person, you know, achieving his goals and his dreams. Those are the kind of men I'm talking about.
Rono.
In a relationship, they are only about themselves. Oh, I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to go to this, I'm going to take my wife, I'm going to take my kids, which is not bad. But then listen to how he's saying it. Is he saying it and saying it as if like you are only going to be relegated at home while he will be the one doing all the work? Meanwhile, that's not the kind of person you are. There are some women who don't mind staying at home. They just like staying at home and just taking care of the house and you. But if that's not the kind of person you are, and you see how this man talks about what his own achievements are, and he knows that you have your own goals and achievements, but he never talks about it, then you should know that that is definitely a red flag, because everything he's planning is about him. You guys should be a team. Even if he's building something, he should talk about how both of you should build it, not just him building it and you staying at home and being relegated in the house as a housewife and just doing all the house chores and not doing any other thing apart from being a wife and a mother to his kids. You should definitely read this red flag from the way he talks about achieving things, whether it is between both of you or he is just making it only one-sided. Yeah, it's definitely a red flag, because it's eventually going to relegate you as that person that will be staying at home to only take care of the kids and doing the houseworks and being the wife and being the mother, while he will be the one touring the world around. And yeah, that is a red flag. In case you're not somebody who wants to be at home, you should definitely look out for that. The last one I will say is a red flag is he is never there for you when it is inconvenient for him. I'm not saying it's bad, but when this person do this over and over again, I mean, somebody can always be there for you, but for that one time that it is inconvenient for him and he tells you, I'm sorry, I can't do this because of so and so, it's fine, you should be able to understand. But when somebody is not there for you, always not there for you, just because it doesn't favor him at that point in time, it is a red flag you shouldn't ignore. When you have that friend that always, when it is bad for him, just switches up on you, he's not there for you. Every time you call and he's not okay, he's not there for you. I definitely think this is a red flag, because it is going to eventually transmit into your marriage, and I'm sure you don't want that kind of person. Let's say, for example, he's having a bad day at business, or his business is like, you know, kind of going down, declining basically. Because of that, obviously things are not good for him. It's inconvenient for him to do some things for you, and you wouldn't want that kind of person, that kind of spouse, that when things are happening outside or when things are not right for him, then he transfers the aggression to you. It's definitely a red flag you should look for, especially and most especially if this is what this person always does every single time. When it is inconvenient for him, he switches up on you, he's not there for you. This is a red flag you should never ever ignore. So that is all of the red flags that I have for you in this video. I think the video is already too long, and I hope I'll be able to, like, you know, cut it short, because I'm supposed to post this video today as well. Please, as I said, go ahead to the comment section and just tell me what are those red flags you can't ignore in a man, whether part of the ones I have said or the ones that you actually have in your head. Tell me, because I also want to learn, and I also want to teach other people, like learn from you and teach other people. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.